Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to this afternoon's conversation. Today, we are discussing the issue of stretch marks and how you treat your stretch marks. And this particular segment is brought to you courtesy of Bio Oil, producers of essential oils, basically for treating the same stretch marks that we are going to discuss. And today, we are going to give out 5 giveaways. So I have with me here these bio oils, and at the end of the program, we will pick 5 random people, 5 random lucky people that will get these products to try them out on themselves. And to help me discuss this issue of stretch marks today, I have with me Dr. Malumani or Dr. Malan. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dr. Mujajati, and good afternoon,
relaxing at home, Madala.
Yes, boss. It's a weekend. It's a weekend.
No, that's good, Doc. That's good. So, Doctor, very quickly, I know that there could be some people who may not have interacted with you before, and could you quickly introduce yourself, sir?
My name is Dr. Malumani Malan. I'm based in Livingstone at Mulungushi University and also Livingstone Central or Teaching Hospital, as it is preferred to be called now. I'm a skin specialist, a dermatologist, trained both within Zambia and also China. And I also possess a postgraduate diploma in cosmetic dermatology in India. Yes.
Right.
That's a bit about me.
Right. Thank you, Doc, for ably introducing yourself. So today we are discussing this issue of stretch marks. All right. Could you just walk us through what are stretch marks?
Basically, stretch marks are more or less like scars, or what we can say permanent scars or marks that develop on the bodies, both men and women, which as a result of for whatever reasons. They are also referred to as stria. Okay, that's the other name for stretch marks. So they could be as a result of the skin expanding too fast or shrinking too fast, so you can develop those stretch marks. They're called different names depending on what's causing them. Could be if it's in pregnancy, you can call them stria gravidarum, and if it's in those who are obese, dystensia, stria dystensia. If it's in those who probably maybe the cause is not really, we can't really tell, idiopathic or stria alba, where one has those stripes, like especially on the for women on the breast and on the butt or in the legs or shoulders. So it can also occur in people as they grow, puberty, at the puberty stage. Yes. So basically, that's what, in a nutshell, we could say stretch marks are. Basically, the skin stretching.
Right. So what we're going to do, Doc, today, we're going to do it a bit differently. So most of our questions will be coming from people who are watching us. So I just thought you introduce the subject and also just tell us what stretch marks are. And also, like I mentioned, we are going to give free giveaways for, people out there who are watching us to see. We have about 5 bottles that we're going to give away to the lucky ones as we go. Now, Doctor, very quickly, could you walk us through how, essential oils like bio oil, how do they work in trying to assist with stretch marks?
So, well, I should make mention that the skin, okay, has got a way in which it produces body oil. The sebum that it produces, it's there to nourish and maintain the integrity of the skin. But in certain individuals, where depending whether they have a disease condition or or because of the kind of soaps that they use, where they damage those glands which produce oil that nourish the skin, you may need to artificially improvise or add oils. Okay, so essential oils presented with different minerals and elements like vitamin A, E, and other natural ingredients, which when the skin has been damaged, okay, when you apply that, it's able to nourish the skin. And there are these special cells of the skin, like the fibroblasts, which produce collagen and elastin. So the essential oils basically, they help in nourishing these cells, okay, and helps the skin to uh, rejuvenate or produce these elastin and collagen fibers, which are essential for firming and giving the skin its yeah.
We missed the last bit, Doc. I think the network was a bit poor.
From which part?
Just the last part, when you're explaining how bio oils work. The
Yes.
essential
So
oils, sorry, not bio oil, but just essential oils. The last
essential oil.
there, I missed what you were saying because the network was a bit poor slightly.
Okay. So like I was saying is that these essential oils, they are they're usually impregnated with different essential elements, okay, and vitamins, vitamin A and C and E, and also other natural ingredients. Okay, so they basically, as one applies those essential oils, they are they are absorbed in the skin. Okay, and particularly there are these cells, the fibroblasts, okay, which produce collagen and elastin. These fibroblasts, they produce the, what we can say, the architecture, the structure which helps in firming the skin. Okay, so as one applies, these cells, they have more of a constant supply of need much needed nutrients for them to continuously produce viable elastin and collagen fibers, which are required for firming the skin. So basically, that is their role, and also it helps in giving the skin a fresher and softer appearance, and also helps in those people with scars and some form of acne, and it also helps in rejuvenating or healing those with scars from acne scars. Yeah.
Now, doctor, one question that we need to be very clear about when it comes to essential oils like bio oil. Could you please comment on what exactly do they do to the scars? Whether it's stretch marks, whether it's a cesarean section scar or a surgical scar, do these stretch marks completely disappear?
That's a very good question. So these scars, we must also understand that they are permanent scars. Okay. So what bio oil essentially does is that it appearance. Okay. It improves the appearance of these scars. And it also depends on certain individuals, okay, and skin types. So with others, it can completely help reduce the appearance or even completely finish the scar. Okay, but it also matters on how one is using it, okay, and for how long. So one, at least we're talking of 3 months, which is roughly over 10, and constant application of this oil. Okay, so it will actually improve the skin tone. It will make it a bit softer and rejuvenate it, and the scars may reduce in size. So the appearance is basically it changes that appearance. That ugly appearance may be reduced and resolved in some individuals.
Right. So just to emphasize, what the doctor is saying here is that yes, these essential oils, you can use them to treat stretch marks or scars, but understand that scars are permanent. But what these essential oils do, like bio oil in this particular instance, they tend to improve the appearance of the scar or the appearance of the stretch marks. So it's basically cosmetics. They look better
Yes.
than if you didn't apply the bio oils
If
or
you
any
didn't
essential
apply.
oils.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it doesn't completely take them away. But also, what the doctor is saying is that consistent use and long term use has better results. Now, doctor, there's something else I want you to talk about. What are the side effects of using some of these oils?
Well, some of the side effects could, well, they cannot be general population and all, huh? But if one is allergic to the components of these essential oils, because they don't just, it's not just an oil. So there are some individuals who are allergic to some of the ingredients, okay, either the fragrance that they add in the oils, okay, or some of these micronutrients that they impregnate in the oil. So some people can be allergic to that, okay. Now, for example, vitamin A, we all know that it's good for the body, but in higher quantities, it can cause in the pregnant individuals. If the concentration is high, it can cause fetal anomalies and whatnot. But with bio oil, the studies that have been done, the concentration or the quantities which are there are basically in acceptable ranges, and there are no side effects, as we say. Okay.
Right. So, doctor, we are going to take questions from the audience. And also, if you have used bio oils before, tell us your experience. All right. Tell us
That's
how you have used it, what results you've had, whether the results are good or bad. Do tell us what your experience has been. But also go ahead and ask Dr. Malan any questions relating to stretch marks themselves, relating to scars, and also relating to essential oils. Now, essential oils are many. If you remember, in our last program, the good doctor here did mention that essential oils are many. And bio oil is just one of the many essential oils that you'll find out there. All right. So just bear that in mind. So go ahead and ask your questions or tell us, give us feedback on how you have applied this. So for me, I'm looking out for who are we going to give the free bottles of bio oils. So we are targeting to give about 5 people for free. And we might also give you a t-shirt like mine if you're lucky. So there's a question here, doctor, that I think is directed to you. Let's see. Yeah, this is the one. So the question is it to apply directly or to put in body lotion? How do you use it?
well, you can the best way is to apply direct the skin. It's better that way, because once you start applying in the body lotion, you're actually diluting the active ingredients that should be reaching the intended site. So better applying it on the scars or on the stretch marks as it is. Twice a day is okay. Twice a day is okay for at least a minimum of over 10 weeks for maximum or effect.
Now, doctor, we have Salome Mumba here. Salome is saying she's used bale oil. Bale oil does not work for me. I think she meant bio, isn't it? Now, Salome, what you could do for us is that if you could get back to us, Salome, and tell us and answer the following questions for us. How long were you using the bio oil and how were you using it? Okay.
Yes.
On what? What was she treating? What was she using it for? So Salome, please, if you could get back to us and answer those three questions. What were you using it for? How long did you use it for? Okay. What was the third question, though?
How long?
How long she used it for? How long were you using it for? How were you applying the oil? And what were you using it for? Were you using it for stretch marks? Were you using it for surgical scar? What were you using it for? So please get back to us, Salome. We are interested to get the feedback from you as well. Thank you. Let's see. All right. There's Annette PJ, mother of Mark. Bio oil didn't work for me, but Magnolia oil is doing a good job. I don't know what that is.
No.
You know it?
I've never heard of it.
Okay, so we'll not talk about things we don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. We're not going to discuss products we don't know. Okay. So this is Diana Chira. I have used bio oil on both my pregnancies. I have no stretch marks whatsoever on my tummy. I start to use it in my 3rd month up to delivery, and it's so good. Your comment on this, Doc? So it sounds as though she was using it as prophylaxis.
What I would also want, yes. So what I would actually advise our viewers is that you don't need to wait for your stretch mark to be so big and visible for them to mature, and that's when you begin to start. So you may need to start the moment you notice that you're developing some stretch marks. You start, okay, and consistency, okay, and for a longer duration, then you may have a reverse of those stretch marks, okay. But if you wait, you go through the whole, for example, go through the 9 months, okay, you deliver, then after you deliver, that's when you begin to say, I have these stretch marks, I need them to go. That may pose a challenge in you trying to reverse. But the moment you discover that you're pregnant, because it's a safe product, it's safe in pregnancy, you can use it throughout the whole period of your pregnancy. So like for her, Dina Chirwa, who said she started using it in the 3rd month of pregnancy, and she doesn't have. Actually, that's the best way of using these products.
Right. So, Dina, you have won yourself.
You can actually make it as part of your use.
For Dina, you've won yourself a free bottle of bio oil. So what you do is go into our inbox and leave us your number, and we'll give you details of where you can come and collect your bio oil bottle. So I have 4 bottles left. Dina has just one. Has just one. Sounds funny.
He has one.
So Dina, you get yourself a bottle of bio oil, And because you've been using bio oil consistently and you've had good results throughout your pregnancies, I will also throw in a t-shirt, a golf t-shirt, I hope, so that you can give it to the boss at home, like the one I'm wearing. Okay. Next question or comment. I think she's just confirming what you said. Deborah, what's your comment on what Deborah is saying, Doc?
Consistent. She's right. Results are good if you're constantly using it. Yes. Helps rejuvenate your skin. You can also use it not only for stretch marks, like I said, post acne scars. Okay, you can use it, and even your skin a fresher look or a younger, softer look. Okay, it's very
Okay.
important.
Okay, Doc, I need you to be very clear on this one. So you are saying that for essential oils like bio oil, yes, of course, good for stretch marks, but you're also saying that even if you don't have stretch marks or you don't have a blemish on your skin, you can still use these essential oils to maintain your skin, to make it have a younger look. That's what you're saying.
Yes, you can use that. You can
Ah,
use that.
so even me, I can ningazole bio oil in it.
Maningi foot. You
Okay, that's very interesting.
drink water and use some essential oil.
Oh,
Yes.
that one, maybe I can start. Who knows?
So you see, the water that you drink, it's also good for hydrating your skin. But again, the oils is there to prevent excess evaporation of your water, of the water from the skin and whatnot. So that's the reason why our bodies produce oil. The oils are good. They're not so bad per se, but it's how people perceive it, where you think you're too oily and whatnot. The oils are good for the.
Yeah. So there's this comment. I think you addressed this one when you're answering Dina, because Dina was telling us that she had been using bio oil throughout pregnancy to prevent stretch marks, and she never got stretch marks. And I think this is something we also need to keep emphasizing, doctor, that you don't need to wait until you have stretch marks. Go on, though.
So it's a very good question. You can use bio oil on all your pregnancies. It's fine. It's safe. They've done toxicity profiles and whatnot. So even the compositions are well studied, and you may not need to worry about side
All right.
effects to your baby. Okay. So the other oils we cannot vouch for them. Some of them we don't know how their ingredients are formulated and whatnot. So bio oil is safer, can be used in pregnancy.
Right. Right. Um, Now, there's this one here. I think it's about spider nevi. It's an interesting question, Doc. Can bio oil cure spider nevi?
Well, it's these are abnormal dilatation of blood vessels. Okay, so it cannot cure spider nevi. Okay, some of them they come out due to pathologies in your body, and others there are people who are prone to just having these blood vessels which like telangiectasia, those small blood vessels, and in some people it's worse on the legs, on the thighs and whatnot. So those ones, they are special drugs that we use, cleansing agents, okay, like hypertonic saline, okay, where you inject in those small veins and they collapse. Okay, so those ones they have a special treatment, not bio oil. No,
Mhm.
I think it's something that we may need to to start looking out for treatments. Yes, I know there are a lot of people who have these and they really need treatment. They're crying for treatment for that.
Okay. So there's this one, doctor. Is it safe to apply bio oil on breasts when someone is breastfeeding?
Well, it's very safe. It's safe, but you understand this is something that our breastfeeding mothers should be taught or encouraged to do. Is that uh, it's also hygienic as they want to breastfeed the baby to just wipe out the nipples to clean them, okay, because some of them you find that they're busy working, sweating and whatnot. So you can use on the breast, but on the nipples as the baby is about to breastfeed, you can just wipe out or clean the nipples, okay. Yeah, can be used in breast.
All right, doc. Thank you so much.
And Dr. Mujajati, I should mention that these who are breastfeeding, they may not necessarily need to apply on the nipples because you may not find stretch marks on the nipples themselves. On the breast, yes, you can find, but not on the nipples.
Yeah. So it's basically not necessary to put bio oil on the nipples when you're breastfeeding the child. It's
No,
not
but
necessary. That's what
on
you're saying.
the other breast tissue,
So,
you can.
Gwendolyn Mowa, I hope you got the answer to your question. So the doctor is saying it is not necessary for you to put bio oil on the nipples. You can apply bio oil in other parts of the breast where you have stretch marks, but not on the nipple. And you can still go ahead and breastfeed the child, but do not put bio oil on your nipple because you don't expect to find stretch marks there. Because you've asked a very good question, Gwendolyn, I hope you are in Zambia or Lusaka or wherever you are, Mowa. So you've won yourself a free bottle of bio oil. So I have 3 left. I have 3 bottles to go. Today I'm giving out 5. So Gwendolyn, you are the second person to get yourself a free bottle of bio oil for you to go and try out. Yeah. Next question.
I know
So
our men are just there listening. Even men have stretch marks.
men also have stretch marks, don't they? I've seen men with stretch marks. So, Doc, there's this issue here. This is Salome Mumba. She's saying maybe, oh, yeah. So, remember Salome? We had asked her to answer some questions. So, she's come
Yes,
back with her
yes.
answers. So, Salome is saying maybe I used it, maybe I wasn't using it correctly. I used it for just a month. I never had stretch marks before.
Okay.
So Doc, she's saying duration, she used it just for 4 weeks, and yet you were saying that for maximum use or maximum benefit, they're supposed to use it for 10 weeks. Salome
10
has
weeks.
come back to us and said use it for 4 weeks.
Yes.
Would that be the reason she wasn't getting the desired results?
Yes, I think she should win a bottle as well.
Salome, the doctor has just given you a bottle, so you've won yourself a free bottle of bio oil. And Salome, remember what the doctor is saying, that for maximum benefit, use it for 10 weeks continuously or continuously. Is it? Remember you say continuously. For 10 weeks continuously. And yes, you may have used it for 4 weeks, as like you've said, maybe probably that's why you didn't get the desired results. But the doctor is saying here 10 weeks is probably the minimum you need. And the doctor has given you, Salome, a free bottle of bio oil. So please do inbox us your digits or your numbers so that we can get hold of you and tell you how you can come and claim your bottle. Okay, who else is asking us questions? Yeah. Okay, this one you've just answered just now. Someone was asking about how long. Okay, this is an interesting question, doctor. I don't know. From your cosmetology side of things, they're saying, are there any cosmetics one should avoid when they are using bio oil?
Well, um, like uh, like which ones? Maybe they're talking okay. So what I would say is there are certain cosmetic products that people would want to use, maybe for lightening creams. Lightening creams, those ones actually, it's something that people should try at all cost to avoid. It's not necessary. If your skin tone is okay, unless you have other issues that you would recommend and say use this lightening cream. So you may need to avoid lightening creams, okay, especially these which are made in people's houses, okay, in Dr. Mujajati's home. Should avoid.
I don't produce any lightening creams in my house.
Oh, you don't. Yeah. So
Yeah.
avoid.
So, doc, there are people who produce lightening creams in their homes.
People are making lightening creams, and I think that is something that we should make mention that it's not safe for them because they are not offering the best ingredients, or these things they're not being monitored. They just put a flat dose. It could be high. Okay, people may end up. It's a topic of for another day, but it's a serious issue which needs to be given the right what word can I use, attention that it deserves. So lightening creams one may need to avoid, and steroids. Okay, so there are people who have a habit of buying these steroids, betazole, epidem. Okay, because when they apply, it gives them a fairer look, smoothens the skin and whatnot. But mind you, steroids can lead to one having stretch marks. It can also predispose one to develop a condition. You call it Cushing syndrome. The physicians
Yes.
they call it Cushing syndrome, and it can predispose one to having abnormal distribution of fat in the body, and that's predispose one to having stretch marks. I don't know other products that they can use. They should avoid using, but basically these two maybe they should try to avoid. But you can use
Right.
other lotions, other normal lotions,
Right.
standard lotions.
Right. So basically, the doctor is saying avoid using skin lightening creams because they are going to damage your skin and they're actually going to make you vulnerable to stretch marks. So those are things you should avoid when you're using bio oil because it's like you're pulling in different directions. You're trying to
Yes.
fix your skin with bio oil, but at the same time, you're applying skin lightening creams that are actually working against your skin. So basically, that's what they do. Now, doctor, there's a very interesting question here that I need you to address from a very interesting angle. Rita Katongo here is saying, ladies, just embrace the stretch marks, please. Ine, I am proud. Now, I think Rita is onto something here. I think Rita is trying to address the issue of how then do you address the issue of perception? For example, if somebody has stretch marks, what should their attitude be towards the stretch marks, even as they're applying essential oils like bio oil? Maybe that's where Rita is. For me, that's the part of Rita's question I need you to address, though.
So that's a very good comment, and uh, I remember when we had gone to do this cosmetic dermatology, One of the contraindications of attending to someone was the issue of them having unrealistic expectations. Okay, and this is something that I have mentioned also, that you may need to apply for a longer duration. Okay, and it may not, okay, cure you of the stretch marks, but it will improve the appearance, okay, of the stretch marks. So there's a lot of psychological toll on some individuals. So, for example, we'll say someone with acne. Some people, just a bit of acne can stress them to the core. Others, they don't mind. Okay, so it's an issue of also psychological toll that these things have on individuals, and people are different. So some of them, you find that their partners are okay with them having stretch marks. Others will say, I actually love women with stretch marks. Okay, so it depends. So we may not need uh, to force our perception or our way of thinking on everyone. So we attend to those who have uh, who've been stressed with these stretch marks. So if one can live with them and they are okay with it, there is no problem with that. Okay, but if they want them to to be a bit or less visible, bio oil is there for you.
Right. I kind of liked Rita's question.
Mm.
So she gets a free bottle. Rita
Yeah.
Katongo, you get a free bottle. Oh, she's number 4. So, Doc, the fifth one, you are the one who call it. So, you are the one who's going to give the fifth and last bottle of bio oil today. So, Rita, you've won yourself a free bottle of bio oil. Do go into our inbox and give us your numbers, and then we will tell you how you can claim your bounty. Now, where are we? This is interesting. Doc, question. Eric Mu, Mujondini Mbuya. His question is: does the application of bio oil induce photosensitivity on the skin?
Well, very interesting question. So there are some people who are prone to uh, sunburn or sunlight, uh, damage of the skin due to sunlight. Okay, now if one notices that each time they apply bio oil and they begin to have a bit of itchiness or irritation on the skin as they move, the best thing that they should do is to avoid that. Okay, so it's not something that someone has have come across, but yes, there could be a possibility. There are some people who are naturally allergic to some of these uh, uh, chemicals. Okay, and at times you may find that there is an ingredient in this oil that when you apply as you go in the sun, it changes conformation, or it changes its structure, and one reacts to that new new products or compound that is formed. So yes, there are some drugs where when one takes them, they have this photosensitive dermatitis. So if one has that, they may need to avoid. So what they can do is to apply in the evening as they sleep and not during the day. That's another option.
I see.
Mhm.
This one is just a comment, Doc. This is Patricia Ismail Kashema, I think. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name properly. I used it for 6 months and the stretch marks disappeared immediately. I stopped, they came back. So how long can I use it? Is it a continuous process? This is quite interesting, though. We
Well,
applied
for
the
6 months,
same essential
disappear.
oils for 6 months. Stretch marks went away. She stopped applying. They came back. What was the story there?
So the best is one should make it a routine, okay, or a habitual thing. But probably there is probably something that could have triggered the stretch marks, because like we said, the pathophysiology of this stretch mark, either you've gained, or you're pregnant, or you've lost weight and whatnot. So there could be other factors involved. Okay, yes, they disappeared, but there are those other factors which could tip someone or predispose one to developing stretch marks. It's advisable to continuously use your bio oil because of the other benefits apart from just improving the appearance of stretch marks. But it can also prevent, okay, and gives your skin a fresher and softer, younger look. So I would advise that they can continue using it, but not as if you are treating for stretch mark, even once a day or maybe uh, thrice in a week, may be also beneficial for those who don't have stretch marks.
Very simple question, doctor. This is Chungu Chintelelwe. Can I apply bio oil on my face?
Um, it's a very simple but very tricky question as well. So, what is it that you're applying the bio oil for? Is it the scars? If they have post acne scars, yes, you can apply. Okay, yeah. So one can apply,
So,
yes.
so can she use bio oil just for routine use for maintaining the skin?
You can, but if your skin is okay, one may not need to apply uh, this this oil on a daily basis. No, but
Good.
if one has got a problem, yes, you can. So you can use it, but the skin has got a pH. So there are certain times where now you upset the pH of the skin. You apply so much oil, you upset the pH, certain bacteria on the skin overgrow than the other, or you kill off, may lead to something else. So applying, like I mentioned, thrice a week, if your skin is okay, it's fine. Okay. But not on a daily basis, morning, evening, when you don't have any blemish. I think that is not advisable. It's tantamount to abuse.
Okay. Tantamount
Yeah.
to abuse. There's a question here, doctor, for you. Can I use bio oil on a keloid?
Keloid, it's another form of a scar, except that it's bigger than uh, scar. There is medicine specifically for keloids and other treatment modalities for keloids. So I don't think it would be the best uh, option for you to use bio oil. No.
Mhm.
Mm. we can. I think it's something that we can talk about keloids and how it can be treated.
I think one of the conversations we should have, Doc, is keloids. I think we get a lot of questions around keloids and things like that.
Mm.
So we'll make time to get the issue around keloids discussed one of these days. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
The next question is, let me look for the next question, Doctor, very shortly. Let's see. Keep your questions and comments coming. There's one more bottle left to be given out, so we'll see. Okay. Where is the other question? Okay. All right, this one. Does it work on C-section scars? I think she said, I would like to try, please.
Abigail Mululuma.
Thokozani. Thokozani. Abigail Mululuma.
Yes. So it depends on the size of the scar. It may help to improve on the size, but if it's too big, we could use the method that I normally use for keloids, okay, where we do tricot intralesional injections and follow up with bio oil. Yes, it can really help. So it may need a combined modality. I think those with keloids, Dr. Mujajati, you could book for them on some days where we could do the procedures of tricot intralesional injections. Then also just offer them a guided approach throughout the whole period. Yeah.
Right. No, we will do that for you, Doc. We shall do that. I know that as we go towards this festive season and things like that, we are slowing down also. So that may be for January. We're excited to have you here, Doc, to help our people with keloids. We get quite a number, so we are very excited that you're available to assist. Okay. Okay. Just a comment, Doctor. This is Faides Khumalo Hamooya. I have been using bio oil since 2011, and the results are good for my skin and pregnancy.
A bottle for 5 days.
So you want 5 days to get a bottle? All right. So 5 days, you win yourself a free bottle of bio oil, courtesy of my good doctor here. Khumalo, let me take down her name. Hamooya. Well, I think in terms of bottles for today, we have finished them. No, giving out all the 5.
Okay.
In the next program, we'll give 10 bottles.
10. Yes.
Next program, we'll give 10 bottles to 10 different people. Okay, answer this one, Doc. Does the oil have any effects if you apply it on the private parts? Why would you have stretch marks there, Doc?
It's a trap.
It's a trap. Huh?
It's a trap.
But it's a question. You see, I come from a grouping of people who believe that there is no such thing as a bad question. So
no, I know there's no bad question.
So now, for me, in my mind, when I read a question like this, what comes to mind is I'm wondering, why would anybody have stretch marks in that area? You know. But anyhow, answer the question, Doc. Abigail here wants to know.
Well, maybe I should ask you the composition of can it be used as a lubricant? No, no, and yes, no, because it has got other ingredients in it. So I don't think it's safe to apply on the private parts. Yeah.
Abigail, you've heard for yourself. Please do not put bio oil on private parts, whether yours or somebody else's.
Mm.
All right.
So unless they have other pathologies on their private parts, I think it's something that as dermatologists we are able to handle, because the other aspect about dermatology is we handle also sexually transmitted problems. So the venerology aspect of it. So any pathology on the private parts, yes, the gynecologists may handle that, but we also uh, do a lot of consultations. I've, like in Livingston, I've had a lot of consultation from the gynecologists themselves. Okay. And certain procedures, if it's on the skin of the private parts, we'll still handle those issues. So unless there are
Okay.
other problems that they want to sort out.
I see.
Yeah.
Now, there's a clarification here to the question that maybe the question wasn't made very clear. Ati, I think she means when applying bio oil to the inner thighs, accidentally kuti yakumyako.
Okay.
So if it
Ngati
ngati
ni
yakumyako,
accident.
ngati yakumyako, is there something to worry about? I think that's the issue.
Ngati yako myako, there's no worry. There's no
There's
worry.
nothing to worry about.
There's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, but you are discouraging to deliberately apply. That's what you are.
Deliberate, you're just there applying, no.
Yeah. So bio oil is not for your private parts, ladies and gentlemen. Please do not apply it to your privates. However, like the doctor is saying, that should you inadvertently, by some form of accident, don't panic. Nothing bad is going to happen. All right, don't panic. Nothing bad is going to happen. Okay, doctor, what is your take-home message with regards to essential oils, particularly bio oil? I know we'll come back, early next month to come and discuss this with more goodies for our listeners. Please go on. What's your final thoughts, Doc?
Essential oils, bio oil, it's safe. They can use it. Okay. Even in pregnancy, it can be used. Even children these days, yes, we have some children who are obese and they have stretch marks. They can still use them. Okay. And correct use of these products is beneficial. So consistency and prolonged use, it will give you the best results. Okay, so the moment you notice that you're developing these things, look for the trigger. Okay, whatever it is, whether it's unnecessary weight gain, try to work on your diet and apply these bio oils. You have the best results. Yeah. So,
Right. So consistent use gives you the best results. Doctor, it was my pleasure having this conversation with you. I think depending on your schedule, Doc, next week we may see if we can create time and handle the issue of keloids, since the question keeps coming up. So I'll check your timetable and see if we can do that. As for now,
oh,
Doc, enjoy the rest of your weekend with your family, and thanks for joining us.
thank you. Thank you very much for having me on your show, Dr. Mujajati.
Take care. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We were discussing the issue of stretch marks and how to treat them, and also we centered our conversation around essential oils. We did have a skin doctor with us in the name of Dr. Malumani, or Dr. Malan, if you like, who walked us through the issues of bio oils. And to the people that have gotten themselves these free bottles of bio oil, I think we gave out 5 today. So go ahead. This is Dina A. Chirwa. You got yourself 1 bottle. Gwendolyn Mowa, you got yourself a bottle. Salome Mumba, you got yourself a bottle. Rita Katongo and Faides Khumalo Hamooya, I think, or Hamooya, sorry. You also got yourself a bottle. So please go ahead and inbox us your numbers or inbox us so we can instruct you on how you can come and claim your bottles. Next time we have this conversation, we'll give out 10 of these bio oil bottles for free. As from us here, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. And thanks for joining us. And do take care. Bye-bye.